This episode of Ridin the Line is brought to you by Specialized Bicycle Components. The new Levo 4 is here and it's a weapon. More usable power, refined geometry, smoother integration, and it climbs like a machine and still rides like a true trail bike on the descent. If you're trying to stack more laps, train harder, or just ride further without being burnt out, the Levo 4 is it. Check it out at specialized.com. This episode is also powered by CTS Media. Websites, content strategy, photography, videography. If you need your brand to actually look professional online and convert, CTS Media builds it the right way. No fluff, just results. Head to ctsmedia.org and check it out. Shout out to Shred It, You're On. Their jerseys let you run a GoPro or action cam straight through the jersey so you can capture the footage and still keep your sponsors visible. That's a serious move for riders creating content. Check them out at shredityourOn.com. Big thanks to Gutter Getters, keeping homes dialed so you can stay focused on riding. If your gutters need help, check them out. If you need any home maintenance or home repairs, definitely need to hit up Gutter Getters. We appreciate all of our sponsors back in the culture. Let's get into the podcast.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ridin the Line podcast. Again, I'm your host, Ross Moncton, and we've got the lovely Cason Smith with us as well, here to bring you those quote weekly podcasts, right? That's what we're here to do. This is what's going down today. We're stoked to have you guys. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking and wasting your time on the intro, but we do want to give and tip our hat to our sponsors, our title sponsor, Specialized. Thank you guys so much. But Cason, who do we have with us today?
Yeah, man, I'm super fired up. Just like I always say on our podcast, we have some killer guests on. So this person is nothing short of that. Super stoked to have him on, and he is. Let's see if I can get it. The VP of RAMBO, and then also the state director for Georgia as far as SORBA goes. So super stoked to have him on. He's big into the industry. Been around for quite some time as far as cycling is concerned. So super stoked to welcome on Mr. Stuart Thiel.
Thanks for having me, gentlemen. Happy to be here.
Dude,
yeah, man,
every day, happy to be here. I love it.
We finally got it for our viewers. This intro took a few tries, so we'll just be honest with you, but we got there, and stoked to have him.
So to give everybody a little background, RAMBO is officially Roswell Alpharetta Mountain Biking Organization.
Correct.
And then SORBA, obviously we know SORBA Southeast. So everybody's kind of clear on that. But yeah, he is the man at Big Creek, making the decisions, helping with those revamps, putting some kick-ass big old jumps on some trails. This is the guy behind all that. And I've got to, again, tip my hat to you, because over the past few years, you have taken over the Quick Six and absolutely made that thing what it is today. So from everybody listening, from myself and Cason, thank you so much for everything that you've done.
Oh man, my pleasure.
For Atlanta Trails, man. It has been killer.
It's been a fun ride, man, but it's been worth it. The trails are worth it.
Dude, of course. So give everybody maybe not so much a background. If you want to throw some riding history in there, that's cool. But give everybody kind of the overview of what's going on with RAMBO and what's going on with what I'm going to call like the premier trail system in kind of like the North Atlantic.
So, man, I think this will be Quick Six number 5 for me, maybe 6.
Okay.
I've got the banner, the towels we give out, and I'm stacking them up in my basement office. So that's how I kind of count my years involved with the chapter. But took over as membership director and then moved into VP. Ryan Kramer was freeride director at that point. I found the freeride area, I want to say, in 2018. I was riding the 110 felt full suspension XC bike at the time. Yeah, man. but just fell in love with the trails and fell in love with what Ryan was doing there. And he kind of inspired me to give it a go and try to contribute something to the organization and to the trails. And that's really all it took. And then I've just been kind of full send ever since then.
Yeah. And you live up in the area, right?
I'm in Alpharetta now. I was in Roswell for a long time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, right on. I think so. The big thing that's kind of hit with the freeride trails as of late is the two revamps. So I know a lot of people. I posted a video on it. I know a lot of people have gotten out there and riding it, and every time I get out there, I see tons of people just riding that stuff. Give us a little bit of what it took to make that happen.
So that's from a single purchase investment effort in the history of RAMBO. That's the largest thing we've ever done from a cost standpoint.
Yeah.
Hollywood and Hawkeye, Hawkeye originally was our premier jump line trail, and
Hmm.
people traveled from all over the Southeast to come and ride that trail alone. And it's been very maintenance heavy to maintain landings, lips, and berms, etc.
Yeah.
And with Jared's Place and Trail Armor coming online, we've been watching it. We've been letting them kind of get through their iterations on the product testing and seeing what's going to kind of take root and be durable enough. And Josh and I have been chatting, for the past year, getting pricing and kind of honing in on what the scope's going to be. And talking with Casey, our freeride director, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, and just looking at the maintenance that was needed on those trails, we were like, let's pull the trigger. Let's talk to the board, the RAMBO board, and say, hey, are you guys interested in making this investment? And the RAMBO board, at all hands on deck, said yes, the trails need it, the people want it, and we pulled the trigger and we made it happen. And all that money was either from memberships, grants that we had won, either REI, Fox, help from Sunbelt along the way, Gate City, some of our other sponsors that have just been contributors. We've had a couple of larger donors that have given us some good cash injections,
Yeah.
and we've turned those dollars into trail improvements. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're not here to sit on money, right? We're here to put that money in the dirt and give the people what they want.
Which
Dude.
for, sorry, Ross, but which for like a volunteer organization to make something like that happen is pretty insane. Like we've talked about it on previous podcasts, but like the waves you guys are making and like what RAMBO is doing and what you were able to present to the board and the board just say agree is pretty wild.
Yeah.
And it really shows the people involved, the sponsors you guys have, but also the people on the board to agree to something like this, to say, yeah, you guys are right. Like this 100% needs it. The people want it. They believe in the product as well, and the people doing it. So like for everybody to come together in a situation like this is few and far between. Again, especially for that volunteer effort. So yeah, big kudos. And it's really cool to see.
The other important piece of that is, we've been working in the freeride area. 2009, I think, is around when it started kicking off with some anthills back in the day. I guess it used to be called like the Mansell Trails or something.
Yep.
And it was a lot of rogue stuff.
Oh yeah.
That people were just out there stacking dirt with, logs and stapling wood to trees, and the city kind of put their ears up at one point. So RAMBO, and this is when Ryan Kramer really got involved and legitimized it, started getting approvals. He built a little dirt jump line, and then it kind of took off from there. But with Hollywood and Hawkeye, we've done a bunch of facelifts since they were built. And it had gotten to the point where it needed a full resurface and a full rebuild to bring it back to its former glory and put it back where it deserves to be. And if we would have done it by renting equipment and doing it on weekends with the volunteer board, we all felt like we would end up with a subpar product. And nobody wanted that. Our ridership definitely didn't want that. And having an asset like Jared's Place and their ability to come and build for us and install the trail armor, those guys crushed it. They ride the way we want to ride in the free ride area. They build the way we want to build. And after we built the new step up, we showed the city of Roswell the trail armor. That was our kind of test one for approval with them. Once they saw it installed, they were like, go for it. and we got approval and did the resurface, and it's been incredible to see the response since we did it.
Dude,
Yeah.
so this leads me into a couple things. One is going to be, this is a park that we all go to. We ride for free, right? We get to go have fun in Roswell. I mean, I make the 30-minute drive up there, or hour drive depending on time of day, right? To come in from from inner city. But I don't know if you can. I haven't asked. I haven't checked yet. But what's a number that we're talking about? This is not to build these trails. This is to revamp these trails. I don't know. I don't know if you can divulge that info, but give me a ballpark if you can.
40K is roughly what we
40K.
spent to redo those two trails. Yeah.
All right, everybody.
And
If you're not
that's
a member
negotiating
of,
on the trail builds and the carpet, which is not inexpensive, right?
yeah,
Um, and that was the biggest investment we've made in Big Creek to date.
so you can all thank this man sitting right here talking to us for a $40,000 investment into your trails. And now I'm on Big Creek Gravity Riders. I'm on all these forums. I talk to people, and if you're out there riding those trails and you're not a member, what's membership per year? $40.
39 bucks for a single, 50 for a family of four.
That's what I'm talking about, right? This is
And
where the money goes.
the way
Go
I
ahead,
like to
Stuart.
look at it, especially for free ride, is that's an annual bike park pass, 39 bucks a year, and that goes to our trail maintenance. Like you can't get a bike park pass at a lift service anywhere
No.
for that much, and to be able to put money in and have us turn around and make these investments, that's what it's for.
And you know, also on top of that, we've got these private donors, we got some of the sponsors, we've got all that other money coming in. But this, I think the board at Rambo right now is a board that wants everybody, like, they want to build stuff that's relevant. We want to build stuff that's progressive. And man, I was previously on the board of directors, and Stuart and I have had many phone calls. Dude, I can scroll through the text messages on my phone, and he's like, "Hey man, like, you know, we're not part of IMBA anymore." He's like, "Dude, I'd love to have your membership, man." He was poking the bear with me because, like, I didn't want to do it, and I'm gonna tell you, I've seen these things. I've seen what you guys do, and you give your heart and soul to it, and I I mean, shit, I feel like donating back taxes to you guys, like, just because it's so rad. What you guys have really pulled out of the hat on this one. So yeah, absolutely cheers on that.
Thank
Second
you.
question. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I want to throw it in here too that I know the free ride area is kind of a jewel box in the Georgia scene, but
Mm-hmm.
RAMBO is not special in the sense of a chapter and a chapter leadership stewarding their trails and stewarding their members and providing value to the community for mountain biking. All the chapters in Georgia are working so hard to maintain, to program, to improve, to grow all of their trail systems. And sitting on the board as a state director, I get to hear, I see all the chapters and what they're doing. It's incredible the amount of work these folks are putting in to program these trails and make them come to life. And it's pretty humbling to see what everybody does for their local trails.
Dude, that's killer. That's absolutely incredible. So next question is gonna be, have you gone top to bottom on both trails
I have not
personally?
ridden either one since the rebuild.
That's how busy this man is, right?
It's true. It's true.
What's your thoughts? What's the biggest, like, features that you're stoked on for your personal riding, man?
Personal riding, man, I'd love to just ride right now. I just had knee replacement surgery last Thursday, so got my crutches next to me, so I'm hobbling along. So I'm off the bike for a minute. Um,
Oh,
but I'm like a Flow Tech fan. Um, Ladybug at Jared's Place is my favorite trail there.
yeah.
I like downhill stuff. I like chunk. I'm not so much of a high speed jump guy. Lower air supply at least is not really my wheelhouse, but upper air supply all day long.
Cool.
Upper air supply to senior is like my jam. But
Yeah.
I like being able to ride variety on any trail experience. And you'll see what we're doing at Big Creek is constantly kind of building that portfolio of texture and challenge and features, and it doesn't have to be, X Games all the time, right? It can be a simple rock arm ad, it can be armoring a berm ad, it can be some drainage ads that you turn into a rideable feature. So I really kind of geek out on the process of making those things come to life. Yes, the riding is great, but my heart's really in the kind of cultivation of the trail itself.
That's cool. And so on that note, I've noticed I've been because this um I've been writing a lot of the XC stuff at Big Creek as well. And I've noticed like there's over in the back section there's like that huge boner log that you can come off of. I'm starting to see like a lot of really cool trail features pop up on the XC trails. Um can you talk about a little bit of like the feature progression going on with those things and maybe like who's involved or where like the inspiration came from, all that good stuff?
So, City of Roswell has been incredible to work with. I know we had some turbulent times in the past with them, but current the new mayor, the previous mayor, the current park staff, they're letting us add texture to these trails, and we're working with them hand in hand on these approvals. But a lot of it is adding rock in appropriate areas to create texture, simple features like the log drops and things like that. There's some skinnies that have showed up on the
Hmm.
trails, and we've had some, Lonnie Milligan, our XC trail director, has just been an absolute beast on trail work out there.
Yeah.
Chris Comer, our new Forsyth County trail director, has stepped in, and he's a master with a chainsaw. So all those skinnies and all that log work is all him. Um, and these guys just want to build stuff that they want to ride. So we're just out there putting in the work. We get a trail crew together, get volunteers, and we go out there on a weekend and get it done. And it's a blast.
I mean, I was out there and I'm looking at like 2.5 inch like live edge slabs being milled on the side of the trail, and I'm like, that's not for somebody's epoxy table. Like that's gonna be a part of a feature like on the XC stuff, and it's kind of bringing some of that like I don't know, it's bringing some of that North Shore vibe to Big Creek, which I'm fully in support of.
Yeah, it's all about variety and trying to sprinkle in. I call them Easter eggs on the trail, where you can kind of have a feature pop up and just adds a little character and texture to your ride.
Yeah, and you talked about like the people involved, and you talked about the XC trail director and everybody. And I'm kind of just like looking at the list of the 2026 board of directors, and man, like it just got me thinking. Like it takes a certain person to take on a role like this, especially being it's a volunteer role, right? Like not everybody. Um, has the capacity to do this, but also has the drive and willpower to take on a role like this outside of their normal life, right? So like talk about the team a little bit. I mean, under the president, Brad, you have a lot of other people that are involved in this organization, and I'm sure like each and every person has a big piece of the puzzle, right? And gets gets some stuff done. But again, just like big props to these folks. And Rambo's not the only organization like this. So again, there's a lot of other organizations that are volunteer based. But man, like talk about the team that you guys have for 2026 and how everybody works together, and like hype everybody up a little bit, I guess. Yeah.
We've got an amazing team right now. Brad, for example, has been on the board 25 years, I think,
Yeah, Brad Winder's
which is
tenured,
just,
man.
yeah, he's a legend in the chapter and within Sorbo for that matter. We've had some real senior folks roll off in the past few years that have served 20 plus years. Joe Baker being one of them. Um, and I think one of the strengths of any board is you're constantly recruiting your replacement. Right, you've got to be able to prepare for a rollover. Most people, if you can do a 2 to 3 year term, that's great. If you can do 5, even better. You get more than 5, like the burnout factor gets real high and heavy. So you've got to recruit
Yeah.
folks. And the work that Rambo has been doing has been the biggest recruitment tool for the board. where people are seeing us investing back in the trails with cool features and cool projects, and they want to be a part of that. And they want to put their spin on it. They want to contribute, and that gets people excited. And people come in, and we work. I think there's 12 of us on the board, constantly in communication, planning, working on trail status, planning features, planning budgets, planning events. We got races coming up, our XC races coming up, and it's just been impressive to see people step into a role with no training. They're passionate about something. They bring some skill set that they're good at. They all like to ride bikes, and then we give them roles where they can excel with the tools that they're good at, whether it's marketing, social media, or trail building, or maybe you're great on the admin side, and kind of letting people shine at what they're good at, but they want to help. And it's really awesome to see who steps up.
Yeah, and to that same aspect, I kind of noticed like those types of folks. It's not every time you go to the trail system you meet these certain people. And one thing I noticed, because if anybody didn't know, I was actually like working part time for Jared's at the time that they did the revamp on those two trails. So I spent a lot of time, nailing down carpet and shaping lips and stuff with the crew out at Big Creek. And during that time, I mean, even just a few days I was there, while we were working on the trail, the amount of people that came up to us while we were working in like on a Monday at like 11 or noon, like was extraordinary. Just thanking us, just having so much gratitude. Just like thank you, so like being so genuine of like thank you guys so much for your work, like. And so like it's so cool that not only the board of directors but the community too. These people are excited, they're glad, for the most part, from what I noticed, these people are glad that they have this place. So I know I'm just like hyping everybody up, but yeah, it was cool to see. It's something I noticed. The amount of people that were coming up to us and just like so stoked on what was going on was incredible, because that doesn't happen often. I've been to a lot of places riding bikes. I've been to a lot of bike parks, and you don't meet people like that very often. So it's cool to see around Roswell that there's so many good people.
I call it our little hill in the woods, but it's crazy to me looking kind of. I like to zoom out and kind of take a deep breath on the whole scenario often. It's a 250-foot hill from top to bottom, right? It's it's wedged between a back of a neighborhood and behind an elementary school, and we carved out 250 feet elevation. And the heritage of what's been built out there has been what people wanted and what people are willing to put in work to contribute to. And that legacy has built a following of just pure enjoyment and gratitude to have it there, because they know it can disappear in a heartbeat. And when they see us reinvesting, it just validates why they ride there. And it's like you're saying, it just kind of charges the batteries every time we do it.
Dude, it's incredible. So Stuart, you said it. It flew my mind. When was the first time you set foot into like the free ride area? What year?
I'm going to say 2018.
Okay.
From
Cason?
2017, 2018, maybe.
Before that, it was probably
solid.
Yeah, I don't know. It was because I remember I raced 2014 race there.
Quick six.
Yeah, I want to say it was the quick. Because I remember Ryan Kramer being heavily involved. This was when they had the TT series too, so they were having the downhill series at the same time. I don't know what's going on with my camera.
You got thumbs up, bro.
You got the thumbs up, man.
Okay,
so not to spoil anything, but we're trying to bring back the time trial series this summer.
Oh, we're about to get
Casey's
there.
working on that. We're looking at like a 3-race Wednesday night league in the summer. Single stage, best of 2, capped out at 50 riders. We're trying to make that happen.
Hold your horses there, Stuart. We're gonna get to this part. But so I think the first time I was there was like 2012, like 2011, 2012 was the first time, and this was the heyday of what I'm gonna call the Gully Road Gap. I don't know if you ever rode it, Cason or Stuart, or if you just saw photos of it.
I was there after that when they got rid
Okay,
of the road gap. Yeah,
you were post road gap, and so
right.
there was also, I don't even know if you may know about this. So also down pretty much it's just left of where what I'm gonna call like the ski jump cinder is. It was in between like the ski jump cinder and slalom. So there used to be like a 9 foot wooden drop that was right in
Was
there.
that
Have you
Bone
ever heard
Breaker?
about? Huh?
Is that Bone Breaker?
I think it may have been called Bone Breaker. Yeah, and I
Yeah, I
saw I
think they
saw
were
Brett.
marking it like X's on the trees on all the collarbones and stuff that had been broken on that one.
That's right. And I remember like this was the first days I was out there on a Schwinn Rocket 88. It was like a 2000, it's 2001. It's like one of the last years that Schwinn actually made a good bike. And I mean, this thing was like 80 mil in the rear, 110 in the front, maybe. Um, and I remember watching Jason Lohmeyer and Brett Kosselnick go off Bone Breaker, and they were both on transition TR250s. One of like Brett's was like lime green, and Jason's was like this sky blue. And I had my fisheye lens on the camera, and I got this shot of both of them hitting the drop nose to tail.
I need to see
On
that shot, man. You
Oh
need to
dude,
dig that up
it's
from
a
the archive.
oh dude, yeah, it's so cool. But man, like it was, the trails used to like they used to kind of have that whole kind of a little bit of that rogue vibe to them, and we like Rambo started to get out there. We built that road gap. Roswell kind of, I think it was from Ryan Kramer, and I think I was on the board at that time, and Ryan said they did a walkthrough with the city, and the city saw the road gap. They just see this like cannon like coming like of a of a takeoff coming over like a gravel road, and they were like, hold up, wait, what is going on out here?
It
And
was
that's
like
what
a
kind of
pallet stapled to the trees, is how I've heard it explained to me in the past.
it was built well. It was built well because I went off it a lot, and I was on that Rocket 88. I know I smashed my face into like the classic gully berm at least, I don't know, 7 times, just because I had, yeah, like zero travel and less skill. Um and dude, but it was cool because it was where I cut my teeth, and like that was like the classic gully run. But I think what's so sick about the progression is we still have the bottom half of that very classic gully run. And when you look at the top half of the hill now, it has absolutely come so far. Um, and I
Yeah,
don't really
I
have
want
a
to touch
point.
on the road gap piece of that.
Yeah.
You know, when Ryan was on, and since I've been involved, like I said, we like to zoom out and kind of we look at the history and the features that people talk about to this day. That drop was one of them,
Yep.
and we knew that Big Creek was missing the drops, and we were always nervous about building them again after that discussion with the city. So we had to kind of bring the city in and say, hey, what is the process to get approval to build stuff like this?
Hmm.
And they laid it out, and they said, we need engineer drawings. I'm an architect by trade. Um, and we
No
wanted to
shit.
build
Okay.
a big road gap. So I did the drawings. We went through the permitting process. It was built by a licensed contractor. We raised the money to do it. We got sponsorship, and we built the road gap that you see today. So that history comes back, but gets legitimized, and we put in the work to make sure that that happens, because we want that kind of shit at our trails. Frankly, we want that character, we want those features, and you got to put in the work to make them happen.
Dude, and also on that note, I think it's very easy, from maybe the mountain biker's perspective, to paint um the city of Roswell as the bad guy. Um, but I want to take this second to really say like thank you to the city of Roswell for actually sitting there, having the understanding, taking the time, and allowing this trail system to be what it is today. So I think that they really really need that appreciation and that gratitude, because I know it's a very long process, and I know a lot of people misunderstand it or don't understand it, and I want to throw them that thank you as well, because if it wasn't on their lands, we couldn't do it.
There's a a spin on this from a lot of mountain bike riders that I think people struggle with, that just because we ride it, we feel entitled, that somehow it's ours. It's taxpayer dollars. We feel like it's ours. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's going to stay trails forever, right? Whoever's stewarding those trails can mess it up and ruin that relationship to the point where the risk gets too high for the local administration to feel comfortable with having an asset that becomes a liability like that. So that's why the approval and the transparency with the city is so critical. And you've got to have relationships with these leaders to make sure you understand what you're wanting to do and paint the picture where they can feel comfortable enough to move forward. And that's what we did. I think we went through 3 or 4 parks commission meetings to get that road gap approved.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is a perfect. This made me think about one of the, I say, most controversial things that ever happened to Big Creek, and I want to like talk about this event. And it was when Big Creek almost became tennis courts. And so I kind of want to like get your 2 cents on that story and like talk about that situation and what happened, and kind of describe, I don't know, like how Big Creek got in that situation and how it won the battle.
So I'll be careful in how I contribute to this topic, frankly, but I think there's a lot of times when administrations they see dollar signs and they see revenue that administrations desperately need, and they want to generate tax revenue, they want to generate travel income, people coming into the town, whether the residents want it or not, and they tried to do that with Big Creek. There was a private investment wing that was putting, I think, a lot of inappropriate pressure on city council to do something with it on behalf of a foundation. So it had a nice ring to it from a PR perspective, but in order to do that, you had to take away something that was already successful. And yes, it may not be generating, millions of dollars in money, but it's an asset to the residents who paid for that with a tax bond that was approved to buy the property to begin with. So it was a really weird kind of miscommunication, and I think inappropriate attack on the residents' assets to chase some revenue that may or may not pan out. But RAMBO definitely rallied the troops to try to defend it, but it was mostly the neighbors and the greenway users and the hikers and the taxpayers of Roswell didn't want their tax dollars to take away green space, because once it goes, like, you don't get it back. You can't get it back, and they saw that as the main kind of rally the troops, saying, "Hey, we can't afford to lose green space, no matter what the revenue stories are telling you. We have to protect this," and they did, and it cost multiple council and the mayor their reelection bid. So it's important. People want this, and they're willing to vote on its behalf.
Well, dude, this has been an awesome first 30 minutes of the show, dude. I'm already I'm like Cason, dude. I'm already hyped up, man. Just to get to talk about the trails, and shed a little bit of light on all the positivity that's going down with all that. What are we looking forward to this year? Because I know at the end of March we've got the shorties coming up, which is kind of a new thing for RAMBO, and then I want to give you some time as well to kind of chat about the little, we'll call them the Easter eggs that you were throwing out there with some of those one-offs coming up. So tell us what's coming up for 2026, man.
So Big Creek Shorties, March 28th, 3rd year of this one. Lonnie Milligan, is our XC director, has really championed this event. It's been successful 3 years in a row. And, again, talking about that zoom out, being very introspective, RAMBO realized a few years ago that we've put a lot of energy into the free ride and the quick six. And there was a whole side of our trail users that we weren't engaging with in a real productive way. And we wanted something that was going to kind of scratch their backs. And Lonnie came up with a shorties concept, and we threw it together. And it's really supposed to be a simple event for us to put on and really just bring those trail users on the XC side something they can be proud of at Big Creek. instead of it just being all about the free ride all the time. So it's been great, super family friendly. We moved the course this year, so we've been testing it each year to try to figure out what works best. Lonnie's got a new map set up for this one that should encourage some really solid passing opportunities. So
Yes.
that'll be interesting to watch. We're going to use some double track that's not technically mountain bike specific trail, but because it's wide, it'll create some good passing zones. So that should be some good spectating through those chutes as well.
I'm guessing this is on the front side where the trails cross these paths, perhaps.
This is along the creek where the sewer line crossing is.
Yeah, that's where like some of the enduro stages dropped out. I remember.
Correct. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll put in my 2 cents on this. I would love to utilize some of those walking trails, man. Oh my God. Have side by side on some of the hiking trails going through the front section.
That's been an interesting threshold in discussions with the city, is kind of staying in our lane and
Yeah, fair enough.
not pushing onto the walking trails. We've tried to kind of respect that territory as much as possible. Although a couple quick six ago we did use a short section, they were okay with that. But we've been a little cautious to bridge that gap.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's so sick. When you guys, speaking of this specific race series, when you guys announced that you guys were doing like a short track style, man, I was so stoked. And I don't even ride XC, but like, because like I had been to a World Cup and I got to see like pro short track racing and like see that it's like one of the sickest types of racing that you can watch. And like, and then you guys like posted your series like shortly after I had been to World Cup and got to see it. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like my local trails are doing this like short track series. And it's so cool, man. I was so stoked.
Well, I love the format because it's short laps. It's super accessible for spectators, especially at Big Creek. That's kind of our thing. But it's also super easy to put on. And like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Loose Nuts Bike Shop down in town Atlanta, but they put on some little local short track races, and they're a freaking blast. It's like a circus on wheels to go race and watch. And we wanted something simple to do in that format, and this was really the best fit for that. I mean, we have a class for unicycles, for crying out loud. I mean,
I saw that on there.
It's a mess.
And so yeah, speaking of classes, like you have give us the breakdown on some of the classes, just real quick. But it's like you can have your classic acoustic bikes, you got e-bike, you got unicycle. Yeah, give us all that.
Yeah, so it's by age, bike type, and kind of speed designation, which is self-proclaimed, so to speak. And then there's unicycles, which is its own thing. But so it's really broken. There's a ton of classes, and you're racing for 20 to 25 minutes for your class, and you're pushing that entire time. It's not like an enduro where it's 2 minutes of downhill and then 6 to 60 minutes of pedaling before your next stage. So you're pushing for that short period. There's people out there on gravel bikes, mountain bikes, e-bikes, unicycles, kids. We're having a kids race on Friday, but there's also kid-friendly stages on race day. So it's really the whole portfolio of offerings for what you want to ride. You can come do at that race.
Did I see teams too?
Teams will be there. I don't know if we'll do a team award this year like we do for the Quick Six, but the race teams use this as a practicing event for their
Wasn't
race
there
league.
like a male female thing, like a guys girls, or no?
Oh, maybe not formally. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I thought there was almost like I saw like a relay thing where it was like a 2-team member.
Oh yeah, there is a relay stage. There's a relay class, correct. Yeah.
So like if me and Leah want to hop out there, or if Cason and Abby want to hop out there, you want to hop out there with your significant other, you've got opportunity to do that.
Bring your kayak and heckle from the creek in your kayak. That's what needs to happen.
Bro, I have multiple beater kayaks that I will do that with. If we can get the fire department on board and they can throw water in the creek, I will. Oh, dude, even better.
It's flowing. There's good water in the creek right now. It's not a rapid. You might get stuck every 5 feet, but it'll be good for heckling.
I will send it. Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like a beer drinking type of float where you get stuck.
I will get
back
off
in the
the
water.
bike and I will get in the kayak, dude. This could be good.
I'd pay money to see it,
dude. It's on. We talked about doing a Ridin the Line team, like Ridin the Line relay. We'll see if we can make that happen though.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Registration on that was ramping up, but people are slow to register for events these days. They wait till the week of.
Yeah, Cason may have a prior engagement on that particular weekend. But if he doesn't and it gets broken, then dude, we'll come ride the line, man.
I hope my day job doesn't get broken. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, that's right. You work for Mountain Motorsports now, right? Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I'll use the money.
Gotta work.
But
dude,
I am bummed I can't make
PTO, bro.
I know. I need to start having all these people scheduling their races on Sundays between Jared's place doing it on Saturdays, and we got Shorty's on Saturdays. I'm screwed now, man.
Quick fix. You just
gotta pitch Mountain Motorsports for that sponsorship. Get that jersey and get out there and ride. Then you
exactly just get paid to do it.
Right? Hey, exactly. Just tell them you're doing marketing, bro.
Exactly. All right. So, what other events outside of Shorty's did we?
We're trying to bring back the time trial series, a 3-race event this summer. Hopefully, we can pull that off. That should be a fun one. That one's going to be RAMBO members only. So, got you on that one.
So sign up, y'all.
Yep. Gotta sign up if you want to be on that invite list. And then we'll probably cap that at 50 riders just based on time to turn people on a weekday evening on a single stage. So we'll use all the existing trails for that. So it'll be super simple to put on. It'll be manual timing. So it'll be fun.
And is this XC or is this gravity stuff?
Oh, this is freeride.
This is freeride. Oh, sick. All right,
cool. No series, bro. Time trial.
Yep.
Very good. So it's almost like Super D-esque style of running it.
Exactly.
Sick.
Yeah, they called it, I guess, TT series, but it was their version of Super D, and you guys are bringing it back.
Yeah. So that's hopefully we can pull that together. That'll be super fun. And then Quick 6, October 11th. We'll follow the format like we did last year. Kids race on Friday evening, kind of happy hour. We'll have the food trucks and such there. And then Saturday will be rider practice, jump jam again. And, hopefully we'll get some of the local bike brands to come do demo days on Saturday again. And then Sunday, enduro. But for the jump jam, maybe you guys can give me some thought on this. Ross, you may appreciate this. I'm thinking about breaking it into 2 classes, kind of a beginner and an open, and the open jump jam will be on the sweet one.
Oh, all right. Dude, all right.
I
so
agree.
Computing.
Yes.
Go ahead, Cason. You're ready. You're firing. Go.
No, yeah. I mean, that's the best jump at Big Creek, if you want my opinion.
Good.
I mean, 100%, dude. That jump, and now, no offense to how it was before, but dude, it is so good now, bro.
Yeah. The only hesitation I had was trying to make it as dirt jumper friendly, and with the road gap, I was always on the fence with that. But seeing what people are doing out there with dirt jumpers like Kyle and Brian right now, it's a non-issue. So I think we'll do.
I've been riding with Kyle, man, and he's been sending that thing on the dirt jumper like left and right. Kyle, sorry I forget your last name, but he's a Jared's guy. But dude, he's pulling away from me on the dirt jumper.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact I'm pretty sure this is the same guy that rides all of Cindy Crawford on them.
Yeah.
Because hitting that drop, the road gap is pretty gnarly on a dirt jumper, but I would way rather hit the road gap than the drop on Cindy Crawford on a dirt jumper. So the fact that you're pulling down on a hardtail with like 90 mils of suspension is pretty gnarly. But back to your point, Stuart, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll have to move the judges' table and work out the logistics, but I think it'll be worth it in the end, and we might get some more contestants because of that. So it should be good.
You could just put the table under the jump, and you just look up.
You gotta clear the judges to at least get a score. I'm super bummed, dude. I didn't jump jam last year, dude. I feel like a total wuss. Yeah, I wussed out, and I was like, oh man, I got the race tomorrow. So I've been out there. I've hit the step up on the dirt jumper, and I love it. I was gonna say another thought too was to have an actual whip off.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're about.
And maybe a best trick. And you could do, I don't know, I would do the straight up whip off maybe off of the sweet one and do best trick on the step up. Like, but I don't want to X-nay the beginner / intermediate class either, because that's a really dope idea.
I could have sworn you were about to say a goon one.
Oh, like a go full goon? Like,
yeah. I thought that's where you were going.
Full starfish, like off the,
yeah, best goon, dude. Best bar hump, best starfish, best dead sailor.
Attack of the Goonies. Like, yeah, we could pull it together, man.
I mean, you can
I'm
always
open to any of the formatting. I just want it to be active and have crowd watching people do cool shit at our trails. That's really why I built that whole thing.
Dude, hell yeah. Spoken like the people's champion right there, dude. That was woo. Yeah, dude, that's incredible. Let's just throw that out there. If you have comments or thoughts, dude, put them put them below, because I know this will be on Instagram, dude. Let's see what the people say. I think that's really, really interesting. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I think people like it though. I mean, if you have a jump jam, you're only attracting people that know how to jump. So, obviously, I think even if you're doing it on a bigger jump or a bigger section of trail, like the people showing up, know how to jump. So I think you should be squared away. Hopefully,
there's no qualifier for this. So we hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I do feel like the sweet one, like, is like, I don't know, it's like the redheaded stepchild. Like, it doesn't get the love. Like, like it, the sweet one gets left out of every quick six. Like, it just doesn't. That poor jump. I'm like, it's got so much to offer, but we never get to use it. So I think
dude, it should not be in the quick six. Hard disagree, bro.
Well, but I'm saying like, the jump jam on the sweet one is like the perfect way to include it. Yeah. No, I don't think it should be in the enduro at all.
I'm like, I don't think.
No, it doesn't need to be in there. But this is like a good.
Do you remember the time we raced Air Supply at Jared's?
That's literally what I was about to bring up. Is the first Go Nuts race that was ever at Jared's place. We had to sprint down Air Supply. It's like, bro, this is so stupid.
I think, Cason, you were watching me race that stage. I was on my Santa Cruz High Tower, and I cased the shit out of the long and low rocky road gap at the bottom, and the whole crowd just heard that thing bottom out. Oh, I'm pretty sure you saw that happen.
I don't remember it, but I'm sure I did. Yeah, I think I did.
I think I remember hearing you screaming and laughing next to me as I cased that thing.
Yeah, probably. Rocky Road Gap. What is it?
That was before the big 50-footer lower Air Supply.
Oh,
when they first built it. The long and low road, like rocky crossing.
Yeah. No, I think I do remember that now. Yeah. That's pretty. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I can't believe that we raced that. So many people were mad, and that's when I was like, of course, like, I like jumps, and I had that trail pretty dialed. So when I saw it, I was like, sweet, I can like catch the field in this stage,
Yeah.
Like, really make up some
It's hard to put on a race and keep everybody happy, man, because you just. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Well, perfect segue. We had Mr. David Moore on with Go Nuts, and he talked about some trials and tribulations of running a race series. So, in your time as being, involved with RAMBO, running the quick six. Let's talk about, like, man, what does it take to put that event on now that it's in your hands and the team's hands, and like, what is some of the negative? What's the positives? Yeah, talk about that event and how it's evolved over your time.
It takes
So
email confidentiality.
so I was given an event that had a baseline infrastructure that was successful and was easy to transition and kind of take over and keep going. Ryan had done a hell of a job running that thing. He was on the board for 10 years, I believe. Um, so he had built a lot of the infrastructure and the relationships with sponsors that I was able to kind of just take and keep going. And then add on top of that the things I wanted the event to have. And as an architect, I think a lot about how people move through space, how people move through queues, how to set up the field, how to make it attractive for sponsors to kind of set up their tents and be part of the event, how to run the enduro through the field to keep the field activated for the vendors that are there. Instead of an enduro where just everybody's in the woods for 2/3 of the day and the vendors are out there, twiddling their thumbs. But to take it from where it was to where it is now has really been, it's a lot of work. There's no hiding that. I'm just now starting to ramp up my planning for it, to start to recruit sponsors and such. But it's just so much damn fun to set up that event and to see the crowd and to watch everybody race and go through the things that we've laid out for them. And I don't want to say it's a well-oiled machine at this point because it takes a ton of effort. I mean, we have 60 volunteers that show up for that event
No.
for Saturday and Sunday. So we've got to coordinate, place, schedule all of those people plus the RAMBO staff to make it run safely and all of those things. But yeah, it's a shit ton of work. No, not hiding that at all. Um, but it's super fun, and to kind of drop in like the little shenanigan stage, the kids bike and stuff, that really came out of me being at races myself and standing around for an hour while they're gathering up all the timing to finish the podiums. Like that's time wasted. So I was like, let's
Yeah.
program this, charge $10 a head and go do something fun on the trails. And that's really what that came out of. And that's kind of developed a following now. And I've got some ideas for this year that I think will continue to make that fun and spectator friendly. Will crushed it
Oh.
last year with his costume.
Oh my god, the costume that Will had was unbelievable.
Yeah. it's pretty good.
Dude, I still remember seeing the Instagram story, and I probably looked at the story for like 5 straight minutes. I was like, what the hell, bro?
He almost took me out on one of his runs. He almost had like a Nancy Kerrigan moment. He took my knee out when he decided to get on the log skinny on the kids bike. But that's what I want that part of that event to be, is just spontaneous and another flavor to the event that just makes it fun. But
And
we've
so
got the community to fill it. So that's the thing, is like if you create the palette for them, like the community fills it, and then that's the magic.
yeah, you just give them the canvas and let them paint.
Yep.
And so for those who haven't heard about it, the specifics of the race. What's the wheel size under a
Under
16 inch?
18.
18 inch.
Yeah. Then, and the reason for that, and this is really Josh from Jared's Place kind of set this up for me, was that so that people don't bring out their 20-inch BMX bikes and just crush it.
Because
Right.
that's what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah. So 18-inch max wheel size. It's got to have pedals. Doesn't mean they have to work, and it cannot have a motor of any kind. So, and it doesn't just have to be
Can you
two
rock a
wheels.
Stasic with no battery?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
If
As
you want
long
to
as it doesn't
destroy,
have a
if you want to
function
destroy
starter.
$1,000 Stasic, then go for it. bro.
You're in. But dude,
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
the wilder the better, because I'm going to change the scoring structure on this to more of a kind of best in show this year. So it's
Oh,
going to
So
get
we're
wild.
getting some of that equestrian going. Yeah.
A little bit.
I like it. I like it. So the costumes kind of like sparked that in your mind, huh?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Yeah, it's cool.
When you
And
go ahead, Cason. Sorry.
no, you go ahead on this because I was about to do a slight shift. To go ahead.
So I was gonna be like, this is almost like a perfect. I'm thinking of like the peak bike checks. Like
Oh,
this is where we could have us like we could do like that. Like if you're in the race, like we'll just have like the photo booth section to where like everybody comes through and like you have like that staged photo of the bike and the setup and everything.
I love it.
And then and then you could absolutely have a write up about like how they built the winning bike or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
dude, I think
Like
it's
Yeah, and the more Frankenstein it is, the better.
yeah. I think we could step and repeat like getting all of like the contestants through like a quick photo op, be like, do your photo thing. And then the racing goes on. But I on that note, like our tiny little race is like literally nationally and globally renowned because I mean, shit, we're on Pink Bike.
I'm about to ask, is it still getting posted every year?
We've
Is it?
missed a couple of years. Ryan Kramer was doing all that riding for us on the pink bike, so I've got to backfill that spot somehow. But he was crushing it on that.
Well, dude,
Yeah,
we've
it's
got the
so cool.
content figured out, so we'll get the writing
Yeah,
done. Yeah,
yeah.
I
Biggest little
remember
race in the Southeast, man.
like
it is.
2016, 2017, I was like the cover for the article and like my teenage brain exploded. I was like, dude, this is and I like literally I printed out the article and I think it's framed like somewhere at my parents' house. I was so stoked, bro.
Well, I want to ask you a question about that, Cason. Last year, you were first time sponsor. You've been a rider for years. How was that transition to kind of come to it from a sponsor kind of media side?
Yeah, it was sick, dude. I mean, it was awesome to like be a part of it. I mean, I, you know, yeah, I mean, it was a no brainer to me, honestly. Like, I don't, yeah, it was sick. And especially like, I mean, I'm bummed I keep missing it. I feel like I've missed it so many years in a row. To be honest with you, I wish I could have sponsored it and also been there, and raced it at the same time. Um, but yeah, it was awesome, and it was good to be a part of it, and it was cool to like kind of merge, like what I have built, my business into something that I've loved for so long. Um, and to be able to support it. And it was also like, for anybody that doesn't know, I put up, a full photography session for it, and I got to meet some amazing people out of it as well. We did end up getting together, and I shot some photos for her and her family, and it was amazing. So yeah, the whole experience was number one. It was, Stuart, you made it super easy, and but it was also amazing to do. So for people that want to sponsor it, man, come on.
It's a pretty inexpensive buy-in to get on that event sponsor list. That's by design.
Dude, I will second that because I was on there with both my gutter getters company and Shred It.
Mm.
I think I sold like over the weekend I sold 5-6 jerseys. Like just people coming up to the tent and being like, "What's this thing?" Because that's a lot of the response that I get with the jerseys. Like, "Why do you have a hole in the chest?" Um, I'm like, "It's for your GoPro, dude." And they're like, "Oh wait, that's not stupid. It's cool." And yeah, it's really funny. That's how it goes usually. And they were like, "Oh, that's sick." And so I think I met a lot of folks just through sales and just having the tent there. And then to one Josh Schaefer, he needs to holler at me because I got to clean his gutters as well. But yeah, it's cool because I've actually gotten a number of callbacks just because of the Quick Six weekend. People are like, "Hey, we saw we got your card, or we won the gift certificate from Quick Six," and it's neat to get that kickback as a business owner. And also like personally, when I do it, I know I'm going to like somebody cool's house. I'm like, "Hey, you mountain bike, so we're gonna get to sit around and bullshit for like a few minutes." Like, probably I don't know. I'll just talk to you while I'm on your roof. Like, it's kind of cool. So
You
yeah,
know,
it's
you should throw in like a bike wash combo deal with your gutters.
no. What I'll do is I'll throw all your gutter debris onto your bike. No, but
The old
it's been
switcheroo.
right, the old switcheroo. As a business owner, it actually was it was a good investment, and it's not an expensive investment. It's a couple $100. Give some gift certificates away, and do that. And I think that's what's so sick about the Quick Six is that you guys make it accessible for a lot of sponsors to get into.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, it's very simple, and the return is incredible.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool that you do allow it to, be open to so many sponsors, especially myself. I'm uh self-employed. I have, it's a very small business, and I'm able to do something like that and get my logo out there and like have that awareness. And so it's very cool that you guys, you're just like, yeah, bring them on. Like we'll put more on the t-shirts. Like it like it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah,
the whole
we're running out
t-shirt
of
will be
space. The logos
sponsors.
are getting smaller and
I
smaller
know.
each year,
Like
but
yeah, we'll
There'll be a
sponsors
cap
on
at
the
some point.
sleeves, dude.
the
Sponsors on
shirt's
the
gonna have a
sleeves.
scroll soon that like drops out like a cape with all the sponsors on it. But I'll put as many as we can, man. It's about
Yeah, cool.
bringing in the community and kind of pulling everybody together.
Well, dude, that's everything's great with that. I want to talk about a little something different. I know, in your personal life, you're a dad of what? 1, 2?
One human, 4 dogs, and then my wife takes care and trains 40 horses. So we got a mixed bag of family. But yeah, just one
You
daughter. She's
have
13.
you have a very, very full life. Yeah, talk about what's how do you manage all that plus like literally a career in what, architecture,
Yeah,
engineering?
I'm an
Yeah,
architect. I don't know. People ask me this all the time, and um, I don't know how I do what I do. Most of the time, I feel like I'm not doing it efficiently or effectively enough. But um, if you care about something enough and you want it to be successful, you put in the work. And I've said this to a lot of my friends. I think a lot of people underestimate themselves, and if they're passionate about something, you can really be surprised what you can contribute and not be overwhelmed. I think you can easily get overwhelmed, but if you're smart and you're metering that throttle intentionally, and you set some barriers, like you can contribute more than you currently do, or more than you think you can, and still kind of keep a balance. It takes work, it takes dedication, and being aware, very self-aware, and then kind of clocking out when you need to.
yeah,
My daughter and I, we call them potato days. Like some days, like it's like you're off the radar. Like you're not, no text messages, no emails. Like you're just literally a couch potato and you're watching Netflix all day. Like, and you just kind of recalibrate and then you fire it up again. Um, you've got to be intentional about your time and your capacity. And I don't know. I love the work. So I just put in the time.
Yeah, and I think as males, as people with testosterone in us, we always want to be doing something. I don't know if that,
hmm,
especially being like us, uh, that are driven, athlete driven, of course, a lot of people in this sport, it kind of comes with it. I feel like, like you said, you don't know how you do it, you just do it. But going back to those potato days, man, like those are really hard for me. Like I don't want to do nothing. Like honestly, it's really tough to like sit there on my days off and say, I'm always thinking about what I could be doing. And I think that's like especially tough to just take a step back, especially in your position, Stuart, where man, you've got like an incredible career, a family. You are the vice president of this organization. You're currently cutting out an hour and a half of your time on an evening after work to do a
yeah,
podcast with, um, stuff like that. So like, man, it's hard and it's important to take those times off. And I applaud you. And I hope when I'm in your position one day and I have kids that I can do what you're doing for sure.
Well, you can sprinkle in productivity on typically unproductive times. If you're, cracking a beer at the end of the day, it's the same energy to send a few emails to a couple of sponsors to keep a conversation going and spread out the work. Like you're going to go to bed at the same time. I'm not staying up any later to do this work. I'm just sprinkling it in during other unproductive times, and that seems to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Sprinkles, man.
yeah,
Sprinkles.
this
Sprinkles, dude. I love sprinkles.
this career shift for me, I went back to a 9 to 5 has been the biggest eye opener because it's been a while since I've been in this position where I don't have expandable time anymore. Like when I owned my own business, I made my own schedules. I could kind of cut out and do my work at different times. And now it's like I still do have clients, so I'm on my lunch breaks during my 9 to 5, working on my lunch breaks. I'm, podcasting right now because it's something I care about. It's something Ross cares about. After working all day, or like, after this, I'm probably gonna go create some more content for some clients after work, and it's just like you said, sprinkling it in on those times that you'd be sitting on the couch watching TV, just finding times to do it because it's going back to time management, man. It's like people think they're so overwhelmed that it's like, well, it's like take a block of your day, right? Look at what you did. Like actually analyze the time and how you spent it during your day. And I bet you there's a whole lot of time that was unproductive or you could have done differently. It's like, there's
And it's
no
so
reason
easy to connect with people now. Like with your phone, like you can connect and drive business, make contacts, build relationships so easily, reach out to a new sponsor. What I mean, it's just sitting in your pocket doing nothing. Like you can turn it into productive time so easily.
That's why we started this podcast, man. That's one of the reasons. Was it wasn't to necessarily be productive. It's starting out that way, but I think one of the big things that we did it to do is just reconnect, get with all those people that it's hard to see in person, and just to
Right.
have that reach,
Yeah, and I mean, Ross and I were very, very good friends for quite some time. And it's just like when you get older, you kind of just like don't talk for a while. You're like, hey, man, I'll see you in June. Like, and you just, so it's like kind of rebuilt the relationship with Ross and I, the friendship that we have. And then also, it's just cool, man. It's super cool. It's a reason that we get to talk to you, Stuart, because, we don't see you very often. And it's an excuse to reconnect with you and all these people and meet new people. And I don't know where I'm going with that, but the podcast is sweet.
Yeah.
But it's also cool that it's all about bikes because in the end, we do this because we love bikes. And
Bikes.
it's awesome that we can talk about this and build this whole scene around us that's really just focused on fucking riding bikes. That's
Yeah,
what it
dude.
is.
Hell yeah. So on another random note, are you in your office?
I'm in my dining room at the moment.
You're in your dining room. I've got to ask about some of the things that you have in the background, specifically that fox chilling in the cubby hole over there. Yeah.
So this is our fox. So we've got a bunch of little characters around the house. We're big animal lovers and foxes and red pandas and horses and dogs. Like we're just kind of surrounded by those characters at all times. So this is one of them. What else you got?
Dude, that's awesome. I grew up as a kid. One of my favorite animals was the red fox. So I saw it. It's been staring at me, and we've been having mental conversations in our own heads. So yeah, I saw it. And I was like, oh, dude, that's rad.
Yeah, there was one outside my daughter's window a couple weeks ago. So it's
Like a
around.
real one, or like a metal one.
Dang, that's
Real
great.
one. No, I did not put this outside my daughter's window to scare her. No, that did not
It was
happen.
actually you. Well,
What about
right on? Like what?
What about
what
the
are
full
your?
face helmet in the dining room?
Oh, that's my
Yeah, let's talk about stuff.
TLD downhill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, hasn't seen much riding. I ride the enduro one more than this one, but I kind of keep this one for Windrock days. But haven't been up there in a minute.
There we go,
Dude. Windrock.
Let me know when you want to go.
Dude, I'm down to go whenever. Just give me like 2 weeks notice. That's like my current schedule.
I used to day trip to that park, but it's been a minute.
Me too, bro. We all, I mean, dude, back when it was in the Sean Leader days, bro, that would be my weekend activity. Like we day trip and drive the 4 hours home. That was it.
Exhausted afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, because that was
That's a
safe.
long-
And like possibly concussed. Like
Yeah, I'm sure like two of us had broken arms in the back seat.
yeah, those were
Worth
heavy
it.
days, man. God, I'm
Worth
not
it.
that young anymore.
What else you got, gentlemen?
Well, what else? Where else do you
Well,
like riding, man? You talked about Windrock. Like, what are some iconic places that you're like that has really made um your mountain biking?
So me and some of the boys took a trip out to Colorado a couple years ago, which was just incredible backcountry stuff. Monarch Crest, Crested Butte, Purgatory Bike Park. We rode outside of Durango. We've done Angel Fire. Like those are as a
nice.
as a pilgrimage. That trek is top notch. One of the spots I love to go spend a weekend is Baker's Creek up in
Yeah.
Knoxville. What they've built there is incredible. That's one of the trails that I kind of modeled Big Creek after, and modeled the
Yeah.
Quick Six after their Fall Fest event. They've got the asphalt jump lines, they got the big jump lines, and then all the tech lines in the back. But that community in that chapter is just they're crushing it, and it's so much fun to go up there and ride. So to go up there and do like a Baker's Creek Windrock weekend is
Yeah.
kind of top tier. Bring my little camper up there and spend a weekend and come home. It's incredible. And the stuff in North Carolina, Ride Rock Creek. I don't do much pedaling these days with my knees, but now that I got
With the
surgery,
knee.
maybe that'll change. I got a project that professionally is under construction in Boone, so I've been going up there and doing Sugar and
Ooh.
Beach and riding around up there on some of that country stuff too. So it's been good.
Dude, that's killer. You just touched on something. Tell me about the camper setup. And how that helps on the weekend getaways or yeah, tell me about that business.
So as an architect, the brain never really turns off.
Yeah.
I'm kind of always designing stuff and designing my ultimate adventure setup and kind of having everything at a quick deploy notice where I can just throw some food in a cooler and hit the road and have everything I need. So I bought a kind of ready for retrofit cargo trailer that's built to
Okay.
convert to a camper.
Okay.
And then my dad is a woodworker and parked the camper at his shop for a couple weeks, and we
Okay.
built out the interior and made it kind of big foldable bed, slide out kitchen. It's got a cooler, got an air conditioner, which I have never used actually. We did all the electrical and put the battery bank in it, and it's just the perfect little weekend getaway mountain bike adventure camper.
Do you
Um,
have
you know,
bathroom amenities on board?
I got an outdoor shower. That's it. But mostly where I'm
Outdoor
crashing
shower?
has got bathroom facilities. So I had a toilet for it at
Yeah.
once, but I actually sold it because it took up too much room. So I kind
Yeah.
of backtracked on that side. But it's been so nice to have and take around to these camping weekends or bike parks and have a kind of full infrastructure with me. It's been a real pleasure.
Are you rolling double axle, single axle?
Single, um, at the moment. I
Okay.
don't I've got to be careful on my hobby throttle because I can't. My wife is, she I can't. I have no throttle control when it comes to a hobby. So if it's a camper, if I'm gonna get into moto or enduro bikes or something, like I can't. I can't do it. So, but
Yeah.
the camper was built to kind of be flexible for any future hobbies that I want to get involved with.
Yeah.
So it's fun. We'll see where it goes in the next couple iterations.
Dude, right on. Yeah, I remember. How long have you had it?
Couple years now.
Yeah, I was like, I think I saw it last year at Quick Six. Did it show
Yep.
up over there? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. I
Dude,
use it
that
for
thing is
that. Yep.
badass, man.
Yeah, it's super fun. I got a nice big 8-inch memory foam mattress in it, so I sleep like a champ when I'm camping. It's comfy.
Yeah, I will
Dude,
say, because I have a built-out sprinter van that I did, and probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Like, just being able to, like, for example, we went to Daytona Supercross, the fiance and I, and we slept in a Cracker Barrel parking lot and saved probably $500 on a hotel. And like just like the availability to do that and just literally park shop anywhere and be like, yep, this is it. Like
And
going
have
to
what you
sleep,
need.
do what?
And have what you need and be comfortable and safe and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah. You sleep like a baby and have everything you need. And yeah, I've tossed around the idea of getting a truck again, and I just keep convincing myself it's a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, the other thing about it is it lets you overpack for anything you're going to do, which I'm all about gear. And you can, Ross's background, he's all about gear. So it's
Yeah,
like
I
you can
like
bring
stuff.
all your things and have everything you need where you are. And that's what I like.
Dude,
Yeah,
for my birthday weekend, we just went up to Tellico to go kayaking, and it's me and Leah, and that was it. So this was two e-bikes, two kayaks, paddling gear, camping gear because we still tin it, right? And then a 10x10 on top of that. We've got her amenities, we've got my amenities, and I will tell you, the Raptor was, I mean, it's got soft suspension, and it was probably riding like at least 2-3 inches down into the shock travel,
The
just with
Raptor
everything that
Lowrider.
yeah, dude, with everything that we threw into that truck, man. We got it all in there, but oh man, to be able to have that trailer, like, I even think like doing like a small trailer where you could like throw the bikes in the bottom, or I could throw like my R6 in the bottom, and then have just that tent up on top to do like that kind of pop up tent thing, to have that rooftop on it would be pretty sick. But yeah, to have a travel
I've
trailer like
test
what you've
fitted
got.
so many scenarios with the trailer, and that's been one of the fun things is to have that toy where you can just let's rip it out and try a different arrangement. I've tried the bikes under the bed. I've tried the bikes on the bed platform with a removable mattress, and then the bikes ended up on top of the truck bed in the end, and that setup's been running good. But it just geek out whatever you think you want to try to do, just try it. And
Mm,
there's never going to be a perfect setup, but I think
right.
just having something to go do what you love with your gear, like just make it happen.
yeah.
Eh,
I rebuilt my van 3 times.
Yep.
Like I literally like we had a setup for like 6 months, and I finally like one night came home from work, and I was like, no. And just I was like, we're redoing all of this. I was like, we need to do it right. And I redo everything. I do a different bed size. And then I'm like, no, the bed size isn't good enough. Let's redo it all again. And then like you redo all your insulation, redo all the wiring, and then lengthen the do the bed again. Like still there's so many things that like I could point out in my van that I want to change right now. And it works great, but it's just like a never ending. And I can only imagine Stuart's brain for things like this, just laying in bed at night, like, oh, well, if it's 2 more inches
It's a
to the
scary
right.
place up there, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
dude, I think for me, I'm like, all right, cargo trailer, happy jack bed system that goes up, down, and then open spot. But
Mhm.
There
that
was a
happy
brief
jack, man,
moment.
with that lift bed seems like the jam.
There was a brief moment in my life I considered starting a cargo camper build out company to do
Yeah.
custom rigs. I considered it with my design skills. I actually was really looking at that heavily, but I backed off because I like having health insurance. So
Heard that.
Yeah. Understood. It is cool. I mean, there's a lot of successful van businesses now and camper businesses. There's one in Kennesaw, Georgia, actually, Livermore Camper Vans that does a
yep,
lot of folks, and they're very successful now, and I love their builds. But
they do some beautiful stuff.
yeah, I geek out on some of that stuff for sure. I actually, when I had just bought my van and was looking to do a build, I went to probably 3 or 4 like expos and just like looked at vans all day and just like gathered like what setup. And the biggest problem I ran into is that I want something to sleep in. I want something for mountain bikes and I want something for moto, which really doesn't exist all too well. Like I would have to have a van that's twice the size of mine. So what I landed on is my bed is removable in about 15 minutes, and if I want the dirt bike inside, I can't sleep in my van. But if I want to sleep in my van, the dirt bike goes on the hitch. But I can always go with mountain bikes. So That's
The
the solution.
modular.
There's no perfect solution. There's never going to be a one size fits all for what we do. We have too many interests, and there's too many versions it needs to be transformable to. So it's impossible. It's an Rubik's cube that will never get to all colors on the same side. It's not going to happen.
So for everybody watching YouTube videos on every van build out that you've ever seen, and you're like, this is the one, no, you can hear it from Stuart's mouth. It is a Rubik's Cube that cannot be solved. We're going to go ahead and save you 200 hours of YouTube time right now.
Yep.
It'll never be perfect, man. Like, not everybody, and especially if you're in the action sports, like, you got to think, like, dude, I snowboard, I ride mountain bikes, I ride motocross, I love to fish. Like, it just, like, is an endless, and, like, okay, so where are you gonna put your fishing poles? Where are you gonna put the dirt bike? Where are you gonna put the mountain bike? Where are you gonna sleep? Like, it's just, you gotta choose one and just dive in, bro.
It's either that or go full on fifth wheel.
Yeah.
What trailhead you going to get into with that thing?
Yeah.
Do what?
What trailheads you going to pull a fifth wheel into?
And then
hence e-bike, bro.
You also eliminate
we'll
like the whole point of it of saving money, because like campsites for those
things
could be hundreds of dollars. Yeah.
Yeah, my father-in-law said it best. She's like, you shouldn't wait for all the lights to turn green before you go into town. It's like, if you're waiting for the perfect van and the perfect configuration and the perfect vehicle with all the perfect gear inside of it to go do adventure stuff, like,
ain't gonna happen.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. Like,
just
check a couple simple boxes and go do it, and fight through the iterations, or fight through not getting the additional amenities, but go do the adventure anyway. Like, it shouldn't be holding you back.
Yeah, it's literally figure it out. And like, I built mine myself with the help of my dad, and it was literally like as simple as like, okay, well, the floor is done. Now put the bike in on the mount, and then like measure, where does the bed need to be? Okay, the bed needs to be here because the handlebars are here. And it's like literally the whole van was like that process to be like, okay, now that this is here, it's like, where does this need to go? It's like just a big puzzle, and it's fun to do. So
yeah,
thinking about it, just do it, man.
Yeah, just do it,
dude. So what's your adventure machine these days? I know we've got the knee and all that stuff, but what are the whips? What are you riding? What are you rocking?
So I bought a Specialized P4 last year.
Nice.
Because there's so many pump tracks popping up in our area.
Yeah,
I want to be geared up for. And like I said, I love Baker's Creek, and that bike is just perfect for up there on their asphalt jump line. I still have my propane Spindrift. That's kind of my park bike, and that thing is rock solid. I love that thing. And then I got a Levo 4. I sold my Intense Taser, and then got up through the Levo 4, and that thing's been fantastic. Yeah, I know there's a lot of e-bike haters out there. I don't give a shit. E-bikes have been great for mountain biking, and they've been great for me to keep me in the sport. So without that thing, I probably wouldn't be doing all this trail work and all this stuff I do, because that thing has kept me in the game.
Yeah, that's killer. I just Cason and I both just rode the new Levo R, and I'm on the Levo 4 currently, and because I have a Triple Crown bike, I've been thinking about Levo R, man.
A little short travel ripper.
Yeah, dude. It rides like a rally car, bro. It full on scampers, dude. It is so fun.
It's good. It's really good. 10 out of 10. And you know what it's really good for is Big Creek XC. That bike would destroy Big Creek XC.
That would kill the shorties. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you're taking the dub on that thing. Put that thing in class 3. You know, activate the turbojets.
Not at Big Creek, class 3, sir. You follow the rules, young man.
I mean, sorry, sir. I definitely would not put my bike in class 3 there.
Well, just don't check my bike after the race. You're fine. No, absolutely, we'll be in 20-mile-an-hour cutoff. But
do we have to go through? Do we have to go through tech inspection beforehand?
Yes,
you do.
100%. No, we're watching those AMFOs too, because those things are pushing the envelope a little bit.
Yeah, no, those things are pushing the envelope. There is no maybe. Those things are fast, bro.
Yeah. it's been really hard to kind of navigate the rules around e-bikes, especially for racing. It's been challenging. There's been a lot of pushback and a lot of like, hey, well, he had a bike that had, 100 watts more than mine. So how is that fair to put it in the same class? It's been a challenge.
I understand.
Yeah, it definitely is a weird situation.
Yeah,
But I
we
can
might do like an
also,
SL class and then a full power. Like I
yeah,
don't know. We might need to start breaking stuff up more.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
if it gets to the point where everybody has e-bikes and we're getting dang close, like I've got an SL and I would have to race e-bike class, but I'm gonna probably get beat by some full power guys. So
I'll tell you this though. I mean, I finished second last year. All right, did I finish second? I think I did. E-bike. On a fully clapped 2019 pivot pivot shuttle. So
now
You
you
put that
it
you
is
thing through the
literally
ringer.
dude.
clapped.
So it's not, I mean, and we've talked about it. Like, I mean, half of the time on the XC side, you're over like the kick out on the motor anyway. So
Yep.
like it doesn't
Yeah, that's a whole nother hour conversation.
We could just talk about the 3 XC stages in our next meeting.
dude. Yeah, yeah. We'll look forward to having you back on before we get into quick six season.
Yeah, man. Looking forward
Yeah,
to it.
that's gonna be a good one for sure.
That'll be
Well,
good.
Stuart, man, it's been killer having you on. I think at the moment I'm out of questions, Cason. I don't want to step on your toes, but you got anything else for the man?
No, I'm good. I'm glad we got the intro sorted.
Yeah, for sure.
You could finally finish your dinner now, Cason. I know you've been chewing on it off screen there, right?
Oh no, I munched it. We're about good.
All right,
It
buddy.
was funny. I
Good.
could see the mute microphone like popping up in like Cason's little square over there, and I was like, "Why is he muting himself?" And I'm sitting over here like munching on crackers, like making a whole lot of cracker noise, and I'm like, "Oh wait, there's a mute button."
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I figured that out halfway through the podcast, but yeah,
Speaking
man,
of mute,
great.
you guys haven't heard my dog snoring next to me the whole time, have you?
No,
All right, good.
No, I actually haven't.
oh wait,
She's passed out in the chair next to me.
that's awesome. And before we go, I would like an update on if they're accessible on.
Oh, bro. Dude, these things are ginormous. I'm actually kind of terrified to pick them up. Oh, of course Ross leaves. As soon as he wants to see him. We'll see if he joins back.
I think you hit the wrong button.
Yeah,
What you got? Tell me these things.
maybe so. They're ginormous, dude. They're literally they're huge.
That's
Yeah,
is
they're
that
huge.
is that Sergeant Quaggers? Who is that?
What'd you say? Oh, Ross,
said,
you
is that
missed it.
Sergeant
dude.
Quackers?
I know
What are
I
their
missed
names?
the ducks, dude. I asked
Hold
about
on.
it and I got reconnected.
You missed it, man.
Dude, is he gonna get?
Here we go, dude.
Oh my lord! Look at that thing.
That's big, bro. Yeah, they're menaces.
Oh my lord!
Yeah,
They
it's
grow
a
real fast.
yeah. I started working. I built the majority of the duck coop. It's a 4x6. It looks good. I got to finish it up.
You're gonna build a van next for ducks? What are we getting into?
Yeah.
A duck
You would
van.
be proud, man. I got a nice 7-degree slope off the top. You're the architect, and you would like it, man. Looks good.
That's awesome.
All right, boys. Well, thank you again, Stuart. We'll see you at the trails, man. Everybody keep riding the line, dude.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Let's ride it.
Before we wrap this up, huge thank you to the brands that make Ridin the Line possible. Big thanks to Specialized Bicycle Components. From trail bikes and EMTBs like the Levo platform to road, gravel, helmets, shoes, and some of the best tires in the game, they're not just building bikes. They're building the full ride experience. Whether you're racing, training, or just chasing better days on the trail, Specialized has it dialed from top to bottom. Check them out at specialized.com. Shout out to CTS Media. Websites, photography, videography, and marketing strategies for brands that actually want to grow. If you're serious about leveling up your business, head to ctsmedia.org. Appreciate Shred It You're On. Innovative jersey solutions that let you run a GoPro or action cam straight through the jersey while keeping your sponsors visible. built for riders who create. Check them out at shreddityouron.com. And big thanks to Gutter Getters, keeping homes dialed so you can stay focused on riding. We appreciate all of you supporting the sponsors and who support the show. We'll see you on the next one.